How are you, man? Good morning. We're live, buddy. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. No problem. Obviously, you are front page news right now in college football. Tell me what led you to the decision to ultimately put your name into the transfer portal, which was official yesterday.
I guess the main factor for me going and, making this decision, I've been thinking about this since, last season and after the ups and downs that I had, I felt that there was a need for me to get an opportunity to, really show what I can do at another school. And I felt like during the spring, I was given that opportunity and things went well for me. And, I actually had a very great, very good spring. But, it was just too many guys in our room that could play immediately, and somebody had to make the decision, which one of, out of the three, me, Max, and Miles, which one was going to stay and who was going to leave and things of that nature. And I just, I felt in my heart that, I could play at any Power 5 school in the country. So, for me to be able to start this fall, I would need to transfer in the summer to have that time to develop with the guys and at the new school, or be able to compete with another guy for the fall to be able to earn that job.
Your phone's got to be blowing up, bro.
Absolutely.
I bet it is, dude.
I have over 200 text messages in the past, I say 8 hours.
Wow. Is that crazier than recruiting, or does it just kind of take you back to where you were just over a year ago?
Kind of take me back to where I was a year ago. I'm glad I'm not a bad person,
Yeah.
So all these bridges would have been burned during recruitment of, when I was coming out of high school. But, I'm grateful that I treated everyone with respect and gave the coaches their due diligence in their recruitment. And now they're able to recruit me again. So, everything comes back full circle.
That's got to be a great life lesson for you at a young age, man, because some people are still late in their business career trying to figure out that you shouldn't have burned that bridge back, 15, 10 years ago. And for you to learn that at 19, 20 years old is a very valuable learning lesson young in life. What was last season like for you in those 5 starts? You looked dominant at times. You looked like a true freshman at times. But at the end of it, you got great experience going into your sophomore season. What was last year like for you?
It was the best thing I could have ever asked for. And I'm going to tell you why. So, and you named everything that, that I was feeling. All the ups and downs came with the positives and the negatives. I took the positives, and going into spring, I told myself, what am I doing good at? What did I do good at in the 5 games? And I think it was poise.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the ability to not be rattled in the moment.
Yep.
I think it was the ability to calm my guys down in each and every game. And, eventually in each and every game that I played in, we eventually, drove the ball down the field and had some successful drives, just didn't come away with any points.
Yeah.
And then I took the negatives, which was, turning the ball over and putting the ball in harm's way, on critical downs and things of that nature. And I went into the off season, and I focused really on the negatives. So the main thing that helped me this year, it was, like you said, experience. Mm-hmm. And that is one thing going into this portal that I have an advantage over some of the guys that haven't played yet. Yeah. So a lot of schools are looking for some guys with experience, and I played it. I'm playing in the hardest conference in college football. Yeah. So when that experience raises a flag to these coaches and let them know, like, he's played 5 games in the SEC. He knows what it looks like. He knows what it feels like. He put up these numbers and blah, blah, blah. So, that experience is really going to help me going into this process.
TJ, you mentioned the poise. Bro, there's some juniors and seniors that take college football snaps on Saturday that don't look as calm and cool as you did last season. Was that
absolutely?
Was that a duck on water type thing where you looked like you were calm but maybe freaking out underneath the water, or were you that prepared where you looked? I mean, you just have this certain calm to you where even when you watch you play, you feel confident because you put off this air like, I got it. I got what's going on. I know what we're doing. Is that natural for you, or is that something that you have to pay attention to?
And I'm gonna say this, and I pray no one thinks of me as boastful in any way.
No way, bro. No
I
way.
work hard to continue my reputation of being the most humblest guy in the room. But I'm gonna be honest with you, it really is natural. My mom is a minister, and my dad is an entrepreneur. My mom speaks very well in public. She has been through a lot in her life, and she has, my parents has done a very great job with preparing me for the hardest moments in life. When we were kids, they purposely put us through things to test our ability to, stand on water and stand on our own 2 feet and be the man I am today. So I give that credit to my parents. They have done an amazing job with preparing me for anything life throws at me, and I believe that's why people were so amazed at how I dealt with the negatives of last year. I was on the sideline the last 2 games. I supported the guys. I was never bitter towards anyone. I was just ready to help in any way I can and work. Get everybody better. So. To me, that poise and that, humbleness and all that comes natural to me. I've been working, with that for a while now.
What a great answer. I mean, like, if I'm a college football coach, bro, if I don't have your number, I got to get that the next 10 minutes. Do you have any? Do you have any qualifications, or do you want to stay in the SEC? Is it a relationship with coaches that you're looking for? Or is it just the opportunity to play immediately? What are you looking for in your next school?
One is the opportunity to play immediately, and I'm not saying walking in, starting, or any promises that has to be made. Blah blah blah. I just want an opportunity to come in and compete and start for this fall. And as far as SEC to SEC, I don't think that rule has been passed to where the one-time transfer is eligible for the SEC to SEC yet. But I heard it's coming up. It's going to be passed coming up, and so that is kind of wavering my decision on if I want to commit in the next 2 weeks or if I want to wait till that rule is passed. Because if I can go to another SEC school, I think that'll help me in the NFL draft when the coach is looking at my stats. So I don't know. It's just a lot that's going into it right now. I have a lot of influences that's telling me different things, so I kind of just have to just get to myself and me and my family and just come up with the best decision that's best fit for me.
TJ, I appreciate you taking time with us. I do need to get you out of your comfort zone. I need you to be a little boastful for me. If I'm a college coach, what am I getting out of you? What are your best attributes?
Let's see. I would say, and I'm only going to give you one because this speaks high volume. Natural born leader.
Yes.
Amazing.
And a lot of guys saw this, live on TV. I've seen some quarterbacks when they have downs, with their team, and I'm gonna just go specific. I'm gonna go offensive line. Those guys feed off of the quarterback. Those guys, you have to have a relationship with them guys. And I saw that firsthand as soon as I started. After South Carolina, I took the O-line out every Wednesday to a buffet. And we really enjoyed
Bro,
our
where'd you
time
find
together.
a buffet during COVID?
Right, yeah. Luckily,
We ordered it.
We were LSU.
No, keep going though. This is a great answer too.
Like I was saying, I would just say, like natural born leaders, it's just guys feed off of the quarterback. And if you throw an interception, if you throw 2 interceptions, let's go to Auburn. After the 2 interceptions and had I had a fumble. But I was always positive to everybody. I was always picking them up, and they were picking me up the same way. They knew, I had some games where I struggled and I couldn't get it going, but they trusted in me. I trusted in them. And that's why I say natural born leader, because no matter what happens in a game, no matter what happens in life, I will always find a positive in any situation and make it bigger than what it's supposed to be.
Ponchatoula's finest, the Strawberry King, TJ Finley, joining us here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Tell me about Jake Peets. What was he like working with just a short time like you did?
He is an amazing guy. He is definitely NFL caliber. He comes from NFL people. He is one of the NFL, guys. And I truly believe that. I really appreciate all the work that he has done with me personally. The last 4 years, he has grown. He has shaped me tremendously from last year to this year, and you will see that player come out this year.
Before you leave, could you go on about that buffet story? So you would take them out every Wednesday, because those are the guys protecting you?
Yes, I would take them out every Wednesday to a buffet, and sometimes we would go to like a Japanese spot with shrimp fried rice and noodles and things of that nature. But I would take them out to eat, and I would pay for it, and I would just make sure we were all on the same page with the protections and all that. And then after that, we would just talk as friends and family. And I feel like that time was the best for us, because we actually got to bond and talk about everything that was going on. Everything that they were struggling with or I was struggling with. Just any personal stuff that they wanted to get out on the table. That was the area we could do it. Because as players, we felt like in the building, it's majority football. It's no, how I feel, blah, blah, blah. It's time to get to work, put your head down, let's go. And I gave them guys an opportunity and an outlet to let them know that, if y'all need anything, bro, I'm here. I don't care how young I am. I might be 17, 18 years old, but I understand the business. I understand how football makes you frustrated sometimes, and you have no way of letting that out. And so every Wednesday we would have that, and that would be a great way to, tell how everybody was feeling and things of that nature, get that under our belt. So that was a pretty good time for us, and I really think it benefited, all them guys as well.
So good, man. At TJ_Finley1 is where you find him on Twitter. I don't mean to put you on the spot. You don't have to answer this. If you had a vote, who's going to be LSU's quarterback next season?
I will not answer that.
Uh-huh. What goes on for you now? So where do you go from here? Where does your workouts go? What's your daily schedule like?
Wake up every morning at 7, do a little light jog, get some cardio in and get some core, eat a little small breakfast, and then probably around like noon, probably gonna go lift some weights. And I'm a big basketball guy, so late at night I go and do some private runs with some college guys that play basketball, because I could have went to college to play basketball, but of course I chose football. But I go do that, play with some guys, and then after that, I think either, depending on how I'm feeling, I either go lift weights some more late at night with my little brother, or I'll just call it a night after that.
I got you as a point forward. I got you bringing it up, but can post up on the block and knock down an 8 to 10 footer. What's your strong suit on the wood?
Point forward for sure.
Yep.
But I have one of the best 3-point shots in the state of Louisiana. So
you guard that.
I don't do much posting up.
But once you pull us out, once you pull that defense up, you can back them down. You can start backing them down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Point Zion.
Absolutely.
That's right. How good is Zion?
Sure.
How good is Zion?
He's amazing. He's a freak of nature. I'll tell you that. I've never seen a guy that big jump that high.
Anybody you look up to? Football, basketball? What athletes do you look
basketball, at? I'm gonna go basketball, and I'm gonna go LeBron James. And if I'm going football, I look up to Tom Brady, and just how they prepare for the game is just different. And that's one trait that I'm trying to develop myself into, and I think that takes time because they weren't where they are right now a couple years ago. So that quality and that trait takes time, but I will eventually get there.
Hank Tierney is one of the great high school football coaches in the state of Louisiana. He has coached some of the best talent that has ever come out of this state. He calls you the best player he ever coached. He changed his entire offense and his identity for the 3 years that he had you, for the 4 years he had you as a starter. What does Hank Tierney and what's Ponchatoula mean to you?
Means the world to me. Coach Hank gave me the opportunity to showcase my talent to the collegiate level. He could have been a stubborn head coach and made me run the fear offense, which he knew was not beneficial for me because I was not a running quarterback. But he could have for sure did that. And I thank him in everything that I do. Any award that I've won, I've given most of the credit to him because he put me in this position as a high school quarterback. He gave me the keys to the cruise my sophomore year, which is unexpected. Coaches really don't do that. I've never heard of a coach that just lets the quarterback call his own plays as a sophomore. So,
wow.
A lot of things that's going on is because of him and still because of him. So, Coach Hank and Ponchatoula means the world to me.
TJ Finley, Louisiana is behind you, my man. We are pulling for you. Wherever you land, you've got fans here on the Jordy Culotta Show. This was a fantastic interview. Thank you for the time this morning. I know that everybody's trying to get at you, and you didn't have to do this, and we appreciate that very much. Congratulations on your decision. Best of luck on your choice, and go get them, bro. We're pulling for you. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Good luck.